Hello vlog. Okay, that lighting is so much better. Hi everybody, I'm G. If you don't know me, I hope you're here to learn more about me. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. As you can already tell by the title of this video, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. The last time I did this was the end of the first semester of hygiene school, and it was one of my Vlogmas videos. I had to like go back and look because I was like, was it a standalone video or was it a Vlogmas video? And it was a full Vlogmas video. And I cannot believe that I made it through the second semester of hygiene school and I am halfway done. That is insane. I am halfway done with hygiene school. I am doing a bachelor's program, so it might be a little bit different than like an associate's program. I really don't know. So this would be my second bachelor's degree that I'm attaining. And yeah, so I'm halfway through. I cannot believe that I just said that. That's insane. We started patient care this semester and that is wild. We started patient care right away, almost. It was like February when we got our first like round of patients, and it was an eye-opening experience to say the least. It taught me a lot and I have a lot of things that I want to share with you guys. Last semester I shared 3 different things that I learned in that semester of hygiene school, so I'm going to do the same here. If you have any questions about dental hygiene school, if you're curious about it, if you have specific questions about like getting in or the things that I did in order to get into school or whatever it may be, or like what it looks like, a day in the life. I actually do have some vlogs already. There are days in the life, so if you go back and look through my Vlogmas and on my page, you'll find those, and I hope that you guys see kind of like what we do every day. If you want a more in-depth one, let me know and I'll make one in the summer semester, which summer semester is a little bit different, but I can go ahead and do it, and then I can do it in the fall too. I just really love what I'm doing and I love my patients, and I feel like my whole life has been leading up to like this moment in my life of taking care of people and helping people. And I don't know, like I said, like I feel like this was always kind of my life's purpose, and finally getting to that point and not just reading PowerPoints and learning in textbooks, like actually applying it to real people has been life-changing to say the least, and it's so gratifying. And even though like so many things were thrown our way, like so many obstacles were put in our paths, I feel like we finally reached that point where like or at least to me, I reached that point where like it didn't even matter because I had my patients to take care of and to care about, and like that was where my priority was. And like I said, I love my patients. They have been incredible so far. I'm just really happy and I'm really proud of myself, and it's something that I've achieved on my own, and it's something that I've done for myself. I didn't need anyone else to do it for me. I got there all by myself, and I've been doing it. And I'm just saying that when you do something, when you set your mind to something and you attain it without anyone's help, I'm telling you right now, there is nothing better. Just like doing YouTube, which it's a little bit different and it's not at all the same. Like it is the most gratifying. Doing YouTube and doing hygiene school are the 2 most gratifying things in my life right now. And I'm telling you, like my heart is so happy right now in my life. And there have been some ups and downs this past semester, but and some really deep downs, if I'm being honest, but we're here, we made it through, and I want to share with you guys the 3 things that I learned this semester. Number 1, and probably the thing that I learned the quickest this semester in hygiene school, is that you need to learn to be your own cheerleader. And I can't remember if I said this last semester, and I feel like I should just not look because it's what's authentic right now and what I have on my heart that I want to share with you guys. You need to learn to be your number 1 cheerleader. Life is hard, and sometimes we learn growing up that when we do a good job at something, or that when we achieve something, someone should be there to pat us on the back. And while I do believe that that is something that as a student, I don't want to say you have the right to, but as a student, it's an integral part of the learning process. I have learned that my own validation needs to be tenfold of that of anybody else's. And it's becoming that, and it took me a minute to learn that, because as you're looking up to your mentors or your professors or any sort of person in a leadership role, you feel like they know more than you. So whenever you do something well, you kind of want them to acknowledge that and want them to let you know that you've done well. But there is no greater gratification than the one that comes from within your own heart. And man, that was a hard lesson to learn, but the faster you learn that, the better and the easier life will be, because you're not going to be looking over your shoulder to see what Sally's doing or what Betty's doing or what Inez is doing. And did I just use Blake Lively's children's names? Yes, I did, but you know what? That's another story. The more that you learn to be your own cheerleader, the less you're going to worry about what other people are doing. And man, when that lesson hits and it makes sense in your head, like, life is so much better. And I think I said something to that effect last semester of like staying in your own lane. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think I've learned to take my own validation over that of anybody else's. And it was a very slow process, but by the end of May, your girl was patting herself on the back for all the stuff she did, and I wasn't looking elsewhere. That's my first lesson to you, is for you to become your biggest cheerleader and for you to realize all the amazing things that you're accomplishing and to not downplay any of your successes, because you did it and you accomplished it by yourself. So like I said, this semester of hygiene school was probably the most grueling mentally, and last semester was very lecture based, and while I know how to get through a class and study for a test and do well there, this semester it was so much harder mentally for a multitude of reasons in my own life. But when it comes to school, you're kind of put in a position where you have to manage like 10 spinning plates all at once. So you have to learn how to prioritize you, and you have to learn when to close the computer, close the laptop, close the book. You have to prioritize yourself. You have to know when your brain is telling you that you're tired and it's time to be done. I used to push myself beyond the breaking point in college way more than I should have, way more than I needed to. And honestly, it ended up probably being detrimental in my path in college anyway. And this time around in school, I decided to take the other path that everybody was telling me to take in college, but I didn't do it. And that was that when your brain tells you that you're tired, you need to rest. Like, you need to rest. Your body is telling you that it is done and it needs a break, and you need to listen to it. You need to reward your body whenever it needs to be rewarded, and you need to let it rest whenever it's telling you that it needs to rest. And those nights when you feel like you're exhausted and you're telling yourself, I can just push through it, I'll keep looking over these lectures, you're not absorbing anything, you're not doing anything productive, and I am telling you, you will be more productive if you just get more sleep. And it has proven in my grades, it has proven in my test grades, it's proven in my patient care. When I am rested and I am well taken care of, I am a better human, I'm a better healthcare provider, and I am much better at taking exams. I never listened. When I tell you, I never listened in college to that, and my grades reflected it. Now it's the complete opposite. My grades are tenfold better. Granted, I think maybe my science program was way more rigorous in undergrad than maybe it is now. But when I learned to take a step back and breathe and rest, I'm a better human. I really, really am. And along with putting yourself first is getting the help that you need when you need it. Now, if that means going to a doctor because you feel like you're losing your mind, you need to do that. If that means finding a therapist because you really feel like you don't have a grasp on any aspect of your life, you need to do that. Whether it means going to a professor during lunch and sitting there for an hour every single day for 2 months while you go over topics you don't understand, then that's what you do. Or if it's going over patient care protocol over and over and over until you understand it, that is what you need to do. Putting yourself first doesn't just mean self-care and like putting on a mask and going to bed and watching a movie. Putting yourself first and self-care also means putting aside things that are going to waste your time and doing things that are going to push you forward so that later you don't have to pay the cost for them. Does that make sense? I wish that I had learned this at a younger age, and granted I'm only 26, but like I just wish that I had learned this lesson earlier in my life. It would have made things so much smoother, and I just don't think that I would have gone through some of the dark stuff that I had gone through in college or any other parts of my life. But learn to put yourself first and learn to listen to your body and your mind when it's telling you that it either needs help or it needs rest, because your body, you only get one. I hate to tell you, but you only get one. Like, they haven't really figured out how to do the whole body swap thing, but like once they do, it's game over. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I also think that a lot of it has to do with like hustle culture, and you think that if you stay up later or if you make more flashcards or if you make more notes that you're going to be better prepared. But sometimes that's not the case. There are some people who function that way. I'm not one of them. And I feel I feel desperately that most of the world doesn't work that way, and that's what results in immense amount of burnout. And I have experienced that, and I experienced that after college the first time around, and it was not pretty, and I refuse to feel that way again. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were points in the semester towards the end where I was like, I feel burnt out, I don't want to do this anymore, but once I learned to put me first and take a break, it was game changer. Game changer. Okay, the third thing that I learned this semester in hygiene school is to celebrate all of the small wins. Now, you may be saying, Giselle, I don't have the funds to celebrate every single little win. Now, I understand, okay? Because I don't either. I'm also a student, okay? I'm also not over here with endless funds, which I wish I was. That's all that I'm asking for in this life, and I don't know why it's so much to ask for, okay? I'm just asking for unlimited funds, and I just think that more of us should be warranted unlimited funds. No, I'm just kidding. It's important to celebrate all of the small wins. If you do well on a test, celebrate that. If you finish a patient in less appointments than you thought it would take, celebrate that. If you finish a semester and you really felt like you weren't going to make it and you cried 4 out of the 7 days of the week, celebrate that. If you didn't cry all week, celebrate that. If you did something that surpassed what you thought you were going to be able to do, celebrate that. Life is meant to be celebrated and meant to be experienced with happiness and joy and in every moment. I think a lot of the times we get caught up in doing well in one area and thinking, okay, we have to get to the next hurdle. Okay, we have to get to the next hurdle. Okay, now the next one. And I lived my life like that for 23 years, and I'm just telling you right now that a lot of it just passed me by. And I finally feel like I'm living life because every single thing that happens that's joyous or that's exciting, I start to celebrate. And a lot of that has to do with the friends that I've made in school. They are to blame for a lot of that, because I think that I was kind of a robot for a minute, and then I met them and they were like, what are you talking about? We did so well this week. Let's go get a marg. Let's go get a snack. Let's go treat ourselves to a boat day. Let's treat ourselves to laying out by the pool. Like, whatever it was, they were so good about getting me to realize that the things that I was accomplishing were big deals. And I feel like a lot of the times we just compare ourselves to other people. And comparison, if you haven't noted yet from my videos, or just for me as a person, is the thief of joy. Now, Tink says that, but my friend Sarah Elizabeth taught me that a long, long time ago. Sorry, excuse me, Dr. Sarah Elizabeth. She taught me that a very long time ago, and it never clicked until she taught it to me. But once you just start to realize that the things you're doing day to day, you're doing so much more than, like, think about it this way. If you were doing absolutely nothing with your life and you were just like sitting on your couch all day, which I know that there are some people that have certain circumstances. My apologies. I know there are some people that have circumstances that don't allow them to do the things that they want and don't allow them to achieve the things they want in life, and that's different. I'm not talking about those people, but I'm just talking about in life, if you weren't doing anything in comparison to the things you accomplish every single day, you are winning and you are doing great things for yourself. Only for yourself, not in comparison to anyone else or anybody else's circumstances, just with you. And I never understood what people said or people meant when they said that they are their worst enemy, or like they are their worst competition. I finally get it. Like, when you get out of your own way and you just go for it and you go for all the things that you want, life's different, y'all. It's all about perspective, and it's all about realizing that you are a great human and you're accomplishing hard things every single day, and you have to celebrate that. And you have to know and realize that you're doing great things, and I am proud of you, and everybody else around you is proud of you. And if no one is telling you that in your daily life, then come here and watch this little part of my video. I am proud of you today, I am proud of you tomorrow, and I am proud of you yesterday. And I mean it sincerely, okay? I know what it's like when you want someone to tell you that they're proud of you and they can't do that for you, but you have to celebrate your wins, and that validation has to come from within, and that takes a minute to learn. And I'm basically tying together everything that I'm telling you guys this video, and this one's a little bit more emo than last semester, because I'm telling you this semester tested me way more than I expected it to test me, y'all. Like, way more. And if you want to hear more of that, willing to share it. But just know that you are accomplishing great things, and life is really hard, and you should be proud of yourself. That is the last part of the advice, or not the advice, the 3 things that I learned this semester in hygiene school. I grew so much as a person, so much as a student, and immensely as a healthcare provider. Learning to advocate for your patient is something that like no one really teaches you how to do, and it is a beautiful thing when it ends in something that's like your patient thanking you and telling you that they feel so excited and happy after they have all of their care provided from you. I can't even explain it. It's a different feeling. It's no feeling that anything else in this world can give you. And for that, I'm very thankful to healthcare, and I'm very thankful to hygiene and a profession that allows me to provide for my patients. So now a little message to my classmates. I love all of you guys. You guys are boss babes, but I love you all. I hope you're enjoying this time off that we have, because see you June 6th. See you back at school in the black scrubs. Okay, ladies, the black scrubs, here we go. Okay, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you guys, but I am enjoying this time off. Like today, I think I slept until 11 because I haven't done that all semester, and then I was out of town. Anyway, that's another story. You guys don't have to hear about that. I love you all, and I hope you're enjoying your time off. Can't wait to see you again soon. Get ready to just like have the best time this summer, learning and being great hygiene students and spending time as classmates. I'm just so excited. It's gonna be so great. Wow. Okay, we're halfway through. How did we do that? That's so exciting. And here we go. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like this video and comment down below. Let me know what you learned in life this last semester of life, if you will, because I still think of, I feel like even when I'm out of school, I'm gonna think of life in semesters. I just feel like school conditions you to think about life in semesters, and that's just how it's gonna go for the rest of my existence. So I love you all. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope something good happens to you after you watch this video. I love you with all of my heart. I'm proud of you today, tomorrow, and yesterday. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.